Ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? It's Premiumghost here, and welcome back to Unturned 2 Private Beta. And today, we have an important video because I'm going to be discussing every feature and every item that has been added to Unturned 2 Private Beta, still in development, up to this point. But of course, before I get into it and start talking about everything here, I just have to say, guys, if you are watching this and you are not subscribed, because 55% of you who watch this aren't subscribed, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I'm that #1 source for Unturned news, and I'm going to keep you up to date at all times. Not only that, but I'm getting close to 100 subscribers on my YouTube channel, which is mind-blowing for me. I didn't think anyone would want to watch these videos. But hey, that's enough talking for me as always. Let's get right into it. And we're going to divide this up into several different categories. The first one is going to be items. So I've got all of the items laid out here, as well as some items in the other map that we're going to look at. So you'll have to keep in mind that some of these items, they're kind of hidden in the map. So I'll shout those out when I find them. But the first thing we're going to talk about is weapons. So we have got several different weapons here. To start, we have our AR. So this is currently our AR. It is very similar to the Eagle Fire in Unturned 3. So we've got the AR, nice gun here. Ooh, shooty just like that. And then of course we've got the different ammos for each of those guns. So we've got ammo for the AR, and then we've got ammo for the sniper, which is right here. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to drop this, and I'm going to grab this sniper. Pick that up. There we go. We have got the sniper. So this is currently the very first gun that was added to Unturned 2. This is the sniper. Very powerful. In my opinion, it is very similar to the Timberwolf. So we are getting some guns that we've seen before in Unturned, back in Unturned 2. So that is super exciting. And then of course over here we have the different magazines for those guns, different types of bullets, etc, etc. I don't feel like I need to go into those detailed too much because there's just 2 of them. But I'm going to pick up this Eagle Fire, or as I call it, it's just the AR right now, and I'm going to show you guys this next item. This is the drum attachment for the AR. Guys, this one is actually hidden inside a safe inside these houses over here. So it's actually a drum attachment. You can reload the gun and you can actually have a drum in there. Much like Unturned 3, we had the military drum and ranger drum. That's what we've got right here. And that is super awesome. I'm glad to see it's back in there. And then over here, we've got a couple camouflages that we can actually apply to our gun. So if you notice, we have the AR ghillie and then the quad rail ghillie. Right now, we can go ahead and take this AR ghillie, drag it right on top, and there we go. Our gun is now camouflaged. Ba-bam. That is super exciting. But next item up is going to be the fire axe. Guys, this was the first melee weapon introduced in Unturned, and look at it. Of course, one big major feature change that I'm going to talk about quickly is melee. Melee is now changed, so it is done by what the axe actually hits in its bounding box. And if that doesn't make sense, basically if the axe hits it when the animation, it does damage. For more information on that, I'm going to put a video in the top right corner of the screen. That's my video all about melee. So I'm going to go ahead and drop this item. Next, we've just got a couple clothes items. So those are all the weapons. We've got just a normal shirt. We've got normal little shoes here. And then we've got over here the ghillie. So I'm going to go ahead and wear this ghillie. Maybe. Again, little glitchiness with the menus. That's okay. It is very early access. It's to be expected. And there we go. We have got the ghillie on. Now, if I hold that AR in combination, look at this. When I get in this grass, it is so hard to see me. Ba-bam. There we go. All I need is ghillie hood, pretty much invisible to enemies. That is awesome. Over here, we've got a couple more clothing items which are important. We have got this plate carrier. Maybe, it's not gonna let me. We're going to go ahead and put that on. As you can see, we have plate carrier. What does a plate carrier do? Well, to put it simply, in Unturned 2, we are going to have the option to wear armor. Wearing armor is going to increase our health, but it's going to slow us down. All you do is just throw these plates inside the armor, and there we go. We have even more armor. As you can see, I'm significantly slower, but I can take more bullets before I actually get killed. Could be very useful in PvP situations or even PvE against the bandits, which we'll talk about in 1 second. And then finally over here, we have got the Modular Backpack, or the Test Backpack, the very first item that was added to the game. There we go. Look at that. We have a backpack now, and we have a whole bunch of extra space. So again, that's the very first backpack. It is just a test backpack. There's going to be a whole lot more stuff coming with it in the future. And we're back with a little bit of a weird cut there. Unturned just decided to crash on me. Perfectly fine. Once again, it is very early beta. It is expected. But we were talking about the canned beans. This is the only consumable food item in the game right now. If you have this and you get damaged, you can consume it to restore full health, much like the past Unturns. So that's the current use for those items. But anyway, I've discussed all of the items here on this map. I'm going to hop over to the other map real fast. Alright, so here we are. We are on the firing range map, and we've got just a couple items to cover really quickly. Once again, we've got all of those weapons there. A little better side view of them. Bada bing, bada boom. And then over here, we've just got a few different clothing items that we don't have on the other map. We've got some pants, we've got a shirt, we've got a beret. Looks pretty fantastic if you ask me. And then the main thing I wanted to show you guys is this first aid kit that's in my inventory. So the first aid kit doesn't have any uses to heal you currently, but it's the perfect way for me to demonstrate one of the new features in Unturned 2, which is going to be the stackable storage in your inventory. So if you notice, I have a medkit here. It takes up 2 by 2 little squares. When I click on this and inspect it, you can see that inside of that medkit, I have a 3 by 3 space to store even more items. So we are stacking items inside our inventory, and honestly, the possibilities with that feature are endless. You can have little containers for building, you can have a container for fighting, you can have a container for medical supplies, and you can keep your inventory super organized. Currently, the max depth to stack things is 3, so I could put one more medkit inside of here and stuff inside that, but other than that, I can't do that. You just get too many windows if you do that for too long. But anyway, that is every single item, but one, and that is the car key. And that is every single item inside Unturned 2 right now. Now, we're going to quickly talk about a couple features, and the first would be car mechanics. So like I said, you have to unlock vehicles now. After you unlock them, then you can get in, and instead of the car starting right away, you have to start the engine. It's in neutral right now. I'm going to turn that ignition, and there we go. Car is purring in the background. We're ready to roll. We're just going to go ahead and start driving in this, and let's say, hey, we had to make a quick sharp turn. It's much easier now, but much more hazardous in Unturned 2, because take a look at this. As I'm driving this vehicle, if I turn, that car slides, and if I were to hit something, it's going to break the windshield, break the windows, and cause catastrophic damage to the vehicle. So here we go. There we go. Entire windshield is broken. Car got thrown back. This is a super exciting feature that I personally can't wait for in Unturned 2. The realism that is coming to Unturned is awesome. But anyway, I could spend all day driving in this car. I don't really have time for that. I'm going to go ahead and turn this engine off. I'll show you guys we have high beams and low beams. There we go. And other than that, that is everything that has to do with cars. Alright, on to our next feature. And here we go, guys. Here is our next feature Nelson implemented. This is the great 100% functional chair. If I hit F, there we go. I'm chilling on this chair just like that. Alright, so another feature I want to show you guys is we have these safes right here. These safes are actually able to be locked by the player. So if you look at this and I hit storage, it's going to tell me it's locked. I can't get in there. This is a feature I'm really hoping to see in every single storage container built by the player, or maybe a separate craftable lock that we can put on anything. That is awesome. How do we unlock it? We have to make sure we have this key in our inventory. After we have this key, all we do is we hit the unlock button, and then boom, we have access to our storage items. That is super awesome. Finally, we're going to head back to the other map one more time, and we're going to talk about the last few features. Alright guys, here we are, we're back on the map, and right away, I'm going to bring up an issue that I talked about, a non-issue, a feature that I talked about in my last video, and that is going to be the shifting seasons in Unturned. Look at the grass, it is now dark green because the season is changing. If you want more information on this, there's going to be another video right up above. That's a video I made. I talk about the shifting seasons feature. Alright, next we've got the Bandits. Right over the hill, you can see these guys fighting. These are very, very early guys. They don't have much in the way of AI, but this is the first look at Bandits that we're going to have in Unturned 2. So if I come and get in this guy's way, he's going to turn and fire at me. Good thing I had a quick draw on him, took him out. There we go. Next, when players die, they're not going to just throw their stuff all over the ground. They're going to drop it in a little crate. We can look, see what they have, take it if we want to, or just leave it. So that is the third major feature. The last thing I want to highlight, because it's asked a lot, what is building going to look like in Unturned? And I think that what we have not really noticed, or not really publicly talked about, is that all of these buildings in this little alpha town with this square block texture, they are actually built like buildings will look in Unturned 2. And this is just a guess, but if we look over here, very, very obviously, we have a fire station. We've got the 3 big bays for the fire trucks. Inside, we've got a nice little stair up to the top, and then we've got a pole to slide down. Or, I mean, there's other uses for poles like this, but I don't think that's going to be an Unturned 2. Right, Nelson? Anyway, I desist. I'm going to keep showing you guys here. We've just got the rest of the fire station. So I think that this is what buildings are going to look like in Unturned 2. They just don't have textures on them yet. So I think that it's very possible buildings will look like this. They'll be similar and maybe a little throwback to Unturned 3, you know, the way they look, the blocky structure, but they're going to have more detail, and honestly, I cannot wait to see what's going to happen, how these towns are going to look, all with buildings like this. But guys, that's going to do it for today's video. That is every single item and every single feature that is currently in Unturned 2 private beta. Once again, I'll remind you guys, if you want to stay up to date with everything that's happening in Unturned 2, please be sure to hit that subscribe button and to like this video, just to stay notified, because I'm the one channel that's going to keep you up to date at all times with Unturned 2. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate every single one of you. Let me know down below in the comments which feature you are most excited for. And until next time, we will see you later. Peace.